me panel members enum kasa me di besia ochira mema mo more tips me se ye de begu maka asem we patapa ena omo de nam boys ne so ena boys no so obi a protect na adwuma me na menye na kwa me despite yi madi ana me fight me na menye na kwasi twum yi madi ana me fight me na menye na isamens yi madi ana me fight se enka omo radio no so kokase obi ye tuturani ana nka omo yiyi niema we di abusa omo question uboya sa Jimmy kasa no a eya na just kodua ne esa ofui no aya friend say na bi no eya na omo na ma omo keka nka obejai we nyina asi wo kro we mu yete kro we mu we nyina asi why na me blame no ejo mama ne ndc for because time ajo mama ne ndc enya tumi a na nke so wo mo esate nkrofo we down no ene ye say ye nyina ye nipa ba akom ye me namfofo na pola domo kire ni na ndc mpanimfo so ofiri we so ana okọ we so me yo PR we kama we na nse omo be running mate ono pola domo kire na efrefre nkrofo e wa ndc dimbo me kwa makotim komo we kokota ko jimi bodamni trumudifo Paradox, that stupid boy no was a station on TV station, friend say Metro TV. That stupid boy. That guys will do 2 minutes car. Yeah, ne we are saying we are saying so. Anna Ninam sa Ninam and this fomu. Omu go through a friend say Randiabe. And you see this thing, we don't do it this way. It's to spoil your name. If you try to John, no. Oh, those MPP boys are, we are friends. Look, we have been living here like a family. Onya power no watch the own crop for say, your family. Said the woo no. Onya power no. And what now you are falling on your people no all time to come and vote for you to become president again, so that a dear mother say no. Wow, ye o share jai when Masama or Mukakuba Kumquasiaka asem. John is a fine gentleman. John is a fine gentleman. Because as one would know. Almost ye jam best strike a penom to Peace FM. Sir, Randy Dumia information, no. You just for best strike you. No to Peace FM. John is a fine gentleman. I have known him for almost 10-15 years. His political life, I mean, look, this man has some unifying spirit, and he won't do anything to taint his image. No, we have Peace FM. Never quite Sunyero Jojo. Asia. Almost the Nessa joins a fine gentleman, and a team. Into John Effrey. A demonstration ba na nkwala ketu abi atumi abatwe atu ahia no e wo nima runabout na John Edwane president oti akonwa so kura state security na state security kura no a NDC dom no a work no na edi wachi no meti wo mu nyina gumu so ana ayedai da bi meti wo mu nyina gumu so saada no na de besi esia na ayedai enye state security NDC ma almost be 10,000 say 20,000 edu achi enti wo bo wani kire wo mo na wo fa ka dika ofie na de besisi wo kwa lord kwa mu ana ayedai me na no obrofo bi ye kwa abontin na ntokwasi a wo se na nwebo na nwebo no aja wo kofie akofo ado boni ni bia obona ni kire mo no atukwai enti wo bedru fie no na ni marana batu no so e ho ye dika ana mo hwa wo mo no mtututuo na John Udwane na no mbe hye fie boko e ho na NDC for yem hye wo mo inti afa de o mate asimu ntre so na de o mo pe na o mo ye na nyame ede wo besi aba na aba biewa eya mo mmeka nkire yes you are a fine gentleman. John is a fine gentleman. John is a fine gentleman. Kabon se nipa be yi na tar ni pieto atoagu ewo main street mo akire wo mo mmeka nkire say John is a fine gentleman. Omo brofo anu no kwaku ba kuma so otimi kasa abrofo no be 35 times a day odi kwam sifa kan John is a fine gentleman John is a fine gentleman John is a fine gentleman na akufo do na machire di nkwasi asem o na akufo do machire hunahuna NDC fo akufo do hunahuna mo no omo nkasa akufo do de ne ye enye hooliganism omo nka da. But John is a fine gentleman. John is a fine gentleman. Na John Trimu, what is almost be a gentleman. Odi omu yenya o mate, yehwe, almost be a gentleman. Sa na kufadu no machire no ohunu NDC for. No eduru ba bi. Me say 2016, we NDC ni kura wontimi nche t-shirt and anti-kromu. Because omu hu wa no omu ba be attack o. Omu hu wa no omu ba be attack o. Me say samre me samre NDC national chairman. Samre kan pipi ni bi ampie Allah. Umpie ne ye ka asema no manya no wo akotu amana asa tua obi ka 21,000 Ghana 210 million Ghana cedi month ye ka asema Ghana no anya no baba be ka bi no a wo se afre obi Saddam Hussein say ono be ba be gina kwa mu akontokwa ya me join se fine gentleman ni bi onchire obi e ha sei atitrafo no omunie obi ehunu said atitrafo no sitie omunu jai kofre enipa for but you know what ya angeli obia ya nya obia hwe hwese onipa da sani di atuo akogu MPP party headquarters na NDC the power mo akoche wo mo jail wo mo ye nyina ye nipa baako so ye nyina ye nipa baako hwese gala
contrast look at how wenum krampa omoye unarmed protesters omonya riot they just were showcasing their displeasure and their revulsion against state your friend is saying plunderers almost say my real my good statement your friend is saying omodi ababetuja MPP for the abetuja say emrano any omundi prosecute
oria
yeah emphasize same way engu fridge mu na
debi
say mo money pro na me boa
debi empro
do be bia ne sentre na ya na conform
yekra diguso akwa babinia
kwabna me that's it
bacho na voter regent say
oh voter is very 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 good in fact voter for nyina chiamu
ejomo so
show you the voter there ukwa and ho no be ati o
sir
ja my name said it's one of the stations
nti omutie John is a fine gentleman
omutera bibia yo komna me fan chia kese so ma togbi afede
ami
in fact togbi approve say one of the few people oma yahini omode oma hini no omo fa hunu nankofo na emum omode every accountability e de magana for ebinom de oma hini efrefre nkofo se omo bu nkotodwembe pa acho omo nkofo maame ni papa mra time ana nkofo yesara na tobi de on de o say odne de or the organize an anti-corruption lecture ama Ghana for yetimi corruption adokro man no yetimi eto na se enti anu ho adwuma ne ekodi wo ye friend say voter regent kwamna me ya santini sebe me sanso ya ngwani sometimes
I don't know cause we young ni o to
me ba me wi a wo beti ase sometimes eya na ensem ni bo aya na ha adwene kakra because ne pese me kanyina ne se ya wo mo de ahemfo nsem no so obi akakwasa tia na tribe obi ni ade wo mo de na ye mo frɛ obi aya mo hu se ye wa de bi e frɛ no intertribal marriages na sa intertribal marriage
Nakado Ghana Limited. Your workers were just up hospital. Yeah, you might be in Sassi when you money. Yes, I see dying. Yes, also yes surveying. Nature in Sassi soon crater. Yes, also the infidel high. We are surveyor around. Now, baby, the age of my bar, you bring you be a mount. There was Sassi of me, baby. You will be what danger. You will be out to group. You will be what you chew. You will be what I could see. Opesoni Nakado Ghana Kasa. Frey wa umainsu 0536 943494.
Ya mwakwa baba Nakado Ghana Limited. Ya ton sanse. Yesi adan. Ya adan ho krata. Oba hanom a ya bete so ama. Ya sanse no langard ni so. Se wu
Asante for una for you na yete kroma dada. Eden kwana for the past 5, 6, 7 years. Ase kwabna ase afena Ghana for ehunu se ye wa Asante for ene ye wa huna for ene ye osrim for ene ye okrobo for ene ye ho ahwani for.
But I think onia ya him for no they are not helping us.
Exactly.
Me uble mu akufado a fine. Looking at the situation what creative or equiapem ekropon chieftaincy issues any baby be brand no even in Krahakra no I won't argue
me see do kanan ka se krom okosi hene just so down bit my galam say o Emma odi ade no kra no omo say omo mpese no be ye ohene no mo won wade omo hene aba
nti I won't
no mo review no
but ya na me no no problem wa ahemfo na omugya masa ne ma na
ahemfo ne kwabna ahemfo ne partly to be blamed but problem ne free omampen kwabna onim say National House of Chiefs elections onim say Akufo Addo omo de bribe.
Yes,
they bribe the chiefs from the regional level up to the national level.
Me blame ahemfo no say now ahemfo na beti ase say etire na pro aye nyina e pro.
It's so bad.
Me, I don't believe say Obia ye bibi etia ebia gamanche yemfa ne nko gamanche ahimfie enko humiliate no. I don't believe say Obia ka sembi yemfa ne nko chebia ahimfie enko humiliate no.
Na ye den.
Obia ka bibi yemfa ne nko menhia enko humiliate no. Obia ka bibi yemfa ne nko Gonja Palace. And I see fan and call a biadoma him fee. And I don't believe I think say too primitive.
Yes, because
and on him saying when you know Omako school. Omako school. Yeah, Omako outside, but when they come back
into you can't say political tolerance. What about traditional tolerance? And also easy
for issue statement
no issue but me kind baby say you say abronya na isi omde liquid do be kade
easy ubu sam say yo wan na say work information dey mama
the information dey ma
masum say we dey nyama
okay e find the fridge
na ba o mi aya flag bearer abronya ko ye ECG director Dabio, but me a flag bearer. Na pa be ye reanimate. Na ayi abronya ko ye ECG director. E dey asem.
Kwabena. Enti Diane ye so krom ha na da bi ani bete. Ana say adoma ekoso kwabena ye ni gusu na bi we ko.
Wo mo de won to me aka Baomia Economic Manifesto Committee. Won to me aka Baomia economic on the economic policies no won't be was part of a Baumia team.
Oh no
ana onya we
dey be menya we
oh busa bibi ni bia one economic manifesto committee no want to be kan
what
what say won't you say na Akufo Addo ne your friend say Baumia stage so want me a church of economy Musa UK. We say UK Ghana is far better than UK. Now Akufo Addo ne Baumia ball Musa crack. Now antia. Won't you kroma?
Kaura. No money bo. Come no money bo.
Abroso.
Over
the amount for
David. But you see, I think we're in very dangerous times. I'm say over the weekend protesting. No, I was saying Kamikobi. In fact, I was supposed to join the mini Felicity Kasai Friday and Ajo. But because I was bound to travel to Volta within, that's why I couldn't attend the protest. Enti meti say yachichi omu nyina no. Kwabena mi bufu ye pa. Me hu say ediedi kan kwabena Ghana for ye nyatwom. Me hu say na ya started the videos circulate say protesters no mo tutu cars keys na they ade no mo yes ade ade without providing any context to so those images nearby. No, I'm not saying say anybody supports what happened, but the truth of the matter is that nobody protests when they are happy. What happened on Saturday was a real protest, was the protest that our constitution described as an inalienable right. Near course Saturday, no, and they protest. And yet they are NDC for you, no. The NDC for you, and you protest a health work and NDC for you. What the NDC has been doing in this country since 2017 is a health work. The NDC has never organized a protest since 2017. What the Democracy Hub people did was the real protest in defense of the constitution. You can't defend her. The constitution under Article 3. Or say anybody who thinks that the constitution or a person or an official or anybody is attempting to overthrow the constitution, you have a civic responsibility to defend the constitution. Defense, and then saying defense is a work job. Now, bones and list all. The council could defend the BBA. The council could defend the BBA. One could draw and let us to the president and only defense.
They look more like a church service.
Defense, you can't go and defend something now. It means that even if it requires the use of force or a minimum acceptable form of violence to defend the constitution, you must do it. And what the people did on Saturday was in defense of the constitution, and that is what the constitution talks about, that you have a serious responsibility to defend the constitution. Not what the NDC have been doing. Not the health work NDC have been doing. That's a health work. They are not defending anything. Electoral Commission, etigo. Edi mwasem say, mama demonstration na. Mama kona, mama ya say ya daje. Kwabena, I regretted joining that demonstration.
What do you expect?
Near say ya daje kwabena.
No, what do you expect?
Kwabena, you can't go defend the constitution. What do you mean by defend the constitution?
What do you expect more than what they did?
Kwabena, I expected more.
Like what?
Kwabena, Kwabena, the largest opposition party has organized a protest against the Electoral Commission, who is blatantly seeking to rig the elections. More than a week, nothing has been done.
No. Okay, so Pacho, educate me here.
Kwabena, until you say Kufuor no na here demonstration against such blatant.
Okay.
Your friend here.
Opa say, Enyama say.
Deputy Kwabena, no, Kwabena, no. We Edian almost say no. The book has
no. What can be Buddha?
No. Kwabena, men cast will be called say BB.
So what do you expect?
I'm saying, sir, you can't say defend the constitution. Defense doesn't mean just go and walk.
So what do you expect?
Kwabena, any form.
What kind of form?
Including sometimes force.
What kind of force?
Kwabena, Electoral Commission. Can't we occupy the Electoral Commission building? Say I demonstration I could do baby near Freddy Park 5. I could the Electoral Commission hall. What's wrong? Over 1,000 people from Circle and Nantes I do Electoral Commission here. Ya Tam Nipa 5. You don't make go Electoral Commission hall. And only defense of the constitution. Start building a idea. I'm saying, sir, you see, it's about high time the NDC realizes, sir, you are not dealing with normal people. If the NDC continue to behave this way, they shouldn't blame anybody. If the outcome of the elections goes the way they are behaving. Because these are people, they understand a certain language. And we must be willing to give them that language. Near Saturday, no, and no demonstration. That is a true demonstration, not what happened on a week or two ago. And I've asked somebody to look for the names of the judges. Judges now, Omoremande prisoners, no. We thank them for their service to the country. But they should know that the people of Ghana have taken notice of their judgment. We've taken very good notice of their judgment.
Okay, so Ceciana, ruling, no. The leadership of Democracy Hub, no, they have been remanded almost on the 8th of October, which is next week. So Oliver, Ralph, Felicity, I'm a governor, right? And the leadership.
Me pacho, ya do mase. Bam pacho, let's keep the names of these judges giving these judgments. Let's keep their names. That's all. That's all I can say. The Supreme Court in Martin Pebu #1 has said a bail should never be used as a form of punishment. That every offense is a bailable offense, including murder. If murder, which is a criminal offense, is a bailable offense, how much more an act which is in conformity or in compliance with Article 3 of our Constitution? And the judges for no mama say really way. I remind the democracy protesters no. They should know that we have taken notice of them, of their judgment, and we thank them for their judgment.
Recognizing the court.
We appreciate them. For now, we can only say thank you. That's what we can say to them for now. But they should know that we have taken notice. And this judgment will be kept for another day. Kwabena, I've seen the statement from the NPP signed by a certain foolish man. What is his their youth organizer? What is his name?
Who is that? Salam.
The national youth organizer of the NPP.
I don't know.
He's a very, very foolish boy. I saw, and they've started a hashtag. Or say they prosecute the protesters. And I saw my brother Paul Grips also post it right now. And
Paul
Grips. And I've told him that he should refrain from that. But Kwabena, I have printed a copy. The moment Obi send a letter to me, and before president, Obi send me anopa. I've printed a copy of that press statement, and I've kept it somewhere because I don't want to lose that document. Because a day is going to come, Kwabena, we are going to read that same statement to a certain people. We are going to read the statement back to them. Have you seen that foolish statement? Have you seen the foolish things that a party is supposed to be in government? The things they have written? Come on, sometimes NPP for we listen, minim anybody at the moment.
If I may come in a brief, I want to tell you one thing. Kwabra say nyame madom na me will ko be mu asasi so. Whether through reincarnation or whatever. There is no political party ayede aboa. Aye na share so dia me anami me ma anami nanano anami nchirima ebe kwako join. I believe say emuasu ebe nipa omo edom amayoku a aboa listo na ye o ma
wo de hwe emra your friend say NDC a demonstration for the new voters register no na almost a issue statement say issue place or by your auditor almost be demonstration he come na hey na me baby me who let no me tie mu
nye isi adwuma no na
come na me tie mu na me say emo be ni and the issue no pene so say yanya audit na wo so back demonstration what do you mean come na go for a bi enti omo tia na omo kan ansa na omo de ababonten ebie ni na kwase we so akotwere saade we ade aba protesters bakabna ade bakwa me de ne say you see politicians never learn. These
what information we are getting is that you say a judge no make it ruling because John Mahama issue statement.
Issue statement. No.
They called the judge that he should defy
John Mahama.
Yes.
Okay. Come now.
Let them continue.
Oh, thank you. Oh, come now. We don't have a problem with this judgment.
Somebody from the judiciary is chatting with me.
Come now, we don't have any problem with the judgment. Come now. When you and I were arrested, you call court. Uncle from Omoka statement. Judge or take him. What statement? I can't hold these people. Yama a bail. Come now, Yama a bail. The same day, we all in court the same day. The judge read it in.
Because judge, you know what you mean.
Because, and he said, yeah, okay, you, the police, you have your case to prove. So, yes, I can't hold him. A police for your court, come now, your court.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say, judge, and say, police for me, I'm going to remand you 2 weeks.
No more
investigations for 2 weeks. And the judge say, now, so if you don't have any, so why do you hold them?
The judge is not a fool.
They be say, Obinam Kroma, and watching, for this year, make investigations about. I'm going to make what you should
when it is legal, when you have to adduce evidence before the person is arrested.
And kwasi asem I'm going to court ya court na I remind you abra police for demonstration am kuta cameras
almost say police say attorney general office na prosecutor omo nko bo obi a charge
so kwasi asem na bi eni me pese ma no betia obi kwabna you see enti kwabna dia kwabna me ya kwabna I feel as an activist I feel so pained me who more hashtag free Philistines and I'm saying so ometimi I mean oba but what is a pregnant woman crack who
akola 10 years akola 10 years mama penmu 64 years eya okura ensu a galamse ensu a asai bottle
no machi no
the oche no camera bi bona ha heji ani shen say na bibi tartana na why kunta move go ana galamse for no tiwre mo ntimi nko
come na ode yemfensia.
All right, so let me go back and read John Wama's statement. Then you pick a Electoral Commission response to the NDC. Pachofa ora John Mama, the to we are now the Arise Ghana. The so at the Am I Live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show. and yɛbɛyɛ ɛyɛ response Electoral Commission the abrɛ NDC for and emu anwanwa emu ɔwerɛm kakra utie ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɔmo AC4 pɛsɛ ɔmo ka no a ɛnwanwa and ɔmo address it to ɛyɛ national chairman Owura Asiedu Nketia and ɔmo address it to him. All right, so now more prepare ɛyɛ Arise Ghana deɛ no Owura John Dramani Mahama ne tweet on Democracy Hub demonstrators. So high-handedness, we must balance our need to maintain law and order with protecting the rights and freedoms of our citizens. Remanding Democracy Hub demonstrators for 2 weeks is high-handed and an abuse of their rights. The youth of Ghana have a right to engage in manifestations to protect their future, especially in respect of key issues like the destruction of the environment through illegal mining. Draconian judicial decisions such as this won't stop them from speaking out. The authorities must request the judge to review the remand decision and grant them bail immediately. Signed, Ra John Mama. Okay, so Arise Ghana and so issue a statement. Obi Busam say easy for a statement. No, yen can kind in term no muntibi. Na omo keka omo. Okay, so Arise Ghana signed by a convener, Rexoma. On issue statement on this matter, and I know say other civil society groups and so release all arrested and detained protesters now. Arise Ghana and Arise Ghana demands the immediate and unconditional release of all those arrested and detained in connection with the Democracy Hub organized demonstration in Accra. The Rambo-style operation and conduct of the Ghana Police Service towards these protesters was high-handed, untoward, and condemnable. We condemn in no uncertain terms the events that ensued during the demonstration where the Ghana Police Service acting for and on behalf of faceless elements within the government molested and brutalized innocent protesting Ghanaians who were simply calling for an end to the Galamsey menace which the government has failed to deal with since the assumption of the reins of power in 2017. It is appalling, sickening, and frightening to witness a gradual but consistent rollback of our democracy as a people seen in the subtle attempts by the Nana Bawumia government to suppress media freedom and freedom of expression and of assembly, which are expressly enshrined and guaranteed in the 1992 Constitution of our dear Republic. If not checked, this will eventually spell doom for our democracy. Okay, all right. So, Arise Ghana identifies with us. So it goes on and on and on. And these are some of issues Arise Ghana also. Part of our EC, to us a quick one. And let's work on the Electoral Commission. And I hope say Electoral Commission statement in I send it on quick one. Now Yanko Electoral Commission. And as we speak, so Arise Ghana for more baby and you may in fact we don't even know where they are. And you know so a problem. In the baby will be no say Oti and Ka no aba. And you may have baby felicity no more. Na yakwa kosra omo ene Vomao, Ralph and Oma Akanyina into baby will be an pacho na wama onai ayentintia na yetimi akwa kwahwehwe omo echira kwai. Okay, so Electoral Commission a response to the NDC through NDC chairman Advocacy Nketia, a submission of a petition to the Electoral Commission by the National Democratic Congress. We write to acknowledge receipt of your petition presented to the Electoral Commission on 17th September 2024. The crux of your petition is that the discrepancies you have discovered in the Provisional Voters Register, the PVR, make it unfit for the 2024 general elections, and therefore you propose that it should be subjected to a forensic audit. It is important to emphasize that the register in question is a provisional register generated immediately after the registration of voters. It is a draft register. It is not the final register. Regulations 23 and 24 of the Public Elections, that is registration of voters, Regulation 2016, constitutional instrument, that's the CI 91, as amended by CI 126, enjoined the commission to display the PVR at all polling stations, that's exhibition centers, nationwide, to allow for an inspection and revision and correction where necessary. Let me check from here. Make me read every has here. A tier from Fanchame. So make me read every. Okay, so this and other legal and administrative processes are carried out before a final register is produced. CI 91 recognizes that the PVR is a draft register. Indeed, cognizant of the fact that a PVR is bound to contain discrepancies, CI 91 instituted the mechanism of the credible and robust for an mechanism of the exhibition exercise to allow for the cleaning and revision of the PVR to ensure that it is credible and robust for an election. The register is thus displayed in all polling stations and via electronic media to allow for inspection and correction where necessary. In essence, the exhibition exercise provides the legal basis to clean the PVR. As with any human endeavor, such as the registration of voters, there are bound to be discrepancies. One cannot therefore expect a perfect provisional voters register. It is for this reason that Regulations 23-24 of CI 91 provide clear and well-defined pathways to cure and deal with likely anomalies that are bound to arise from the registrations of voters, including missing names, errors in biographical data, the existence of deceased persons on the register, incorrect designation of polling stations, among others. It is for this reason that we assured you during our meeting on the 6th of September 2024 that the category of issues you presented had largely been resolved. We indicated that the issues you had detected were the usual issues that arise from every registration exercise which find expression in the PVR. To allay your fears then, and to reassure you of the credibility of the voters register, we requested that you present us with your data on the discrepancies you had detected. The sole purpose was to demonstrate to you that your issues with the register had been resolved. Unfortunately, we have not received the data from you. As you will recall, there was an agreement that you will provide us with the data to allow us to investigate and report back within a week. We believe that had you followed through with this process, you will today attest to the credibility and integrity of the register and rescind your call for a forensic audit. We, however, assure you that the Commission has largely corrected all the discrepancies identified during and after the exhibition. It is important to note that the Commission, in cleaning the PVR, employed a rigorous four-pronged approach as follows. 1. Voters to our exhibition centers and via our electronic media who detected errors with their details had them corrected. Exhibition officers in all our 40,000 plus exhibition centers scrutinized the register and reported discrepancies for correction. 40,000 plus. District electoral officers relied on the register viewer to scrutinize the register and correct discrepancies. IT staff utilized the register viewer to scrutinize the register and reported discrepancies for corrections. Okay, so these are the main germane issues. They are now response to NDC grounds for petition. Failure to provide provisional voters register in time for scrutiny. The commission provided the PVR to the NDC and all other political parties on the 19th of August 2024. Lie. Thankfully, the commission's inability to provide a PVR earlier did not prevent any political party from scrutinizing the PVR. The live online exhibition of the PVR via shortcode *711*51# is still ongoing, and voters can still check their details electronically till election day. Your team can continue to scrutinize the PVR and present discrepancies to the commission for corrections. So this is the response to the NDC. Thank you. All right. Nana.
7-1. No, I'm rejected.
Okay. Okay. All right. So 7 point, right? Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As the implementation of DRRO's decision by district officers, right? That's the point 7 you are talking about. Okay. No, page 7 rather. Okay, so a little bit bulk document and re-exhibition, Electoral Commission admission of irregularities. So the CI91 recognized that there are bound to be discrepancies.
Yes, we just want to sit and watch. You see, NDC, media may that's one. If I had any alternative, I wouldn't have been sitting here discussing anything.
Anyway,
John Hamadi, NDC said they can better the lives of this country. And you know, Mesromo, Mumiyanya demonstration anyway, da. Electoral Commission will have to accede to the demands of the citizens because there cannot be Electoral Commission without the citizens.
Okay, thank you. But what we are hearing now from the court is that Omar Shashe go through a Voma Wane Felicity Num Fomu to know who they plan the demonstration with. Enti national security adwuma say ya no omo yama omo delay no ase ni nyina no and national security boys no are angry because omo bia na feed me with the information
omo wie ama omo boss
omo kwase so omo phone sabre omo say omo go through to know say bia joma ama no omo di nkomo na BOBIE no omo di nkomo na say joma ama no omo di nkomo galam say fight na say joma ama so nkoye demonstration enganye the galam say only bomb me 2 minutes easy na yenko
Okay, asama
ngakra krata ne tie
BOBIE unim Electoral Commission same way na nkayade ahia time but so unim say Electoral Commission disqualify.
Yes, I'm aware. Then Benadmona to court
and then court and ra ana yasamo Electoral Commission inti Monday ye no mujina court.
Wow.
Yes,
apart from Benadmona
obi e kone dey separate. So obi asem ye different. Na unim say sanya listo kan pata papito ye de mrane woro. Na sa pioto wi ye be woro ma wan kasa won say yes.
Mawro.
Atopembe baby. Omo beti ne hye. Sebi. Unim bibi.
Ene nkofo be hu nwi mu nwi.
Me ka bibia. Ewi. Me say Honto, dear, you know, but she I am what I say in one. Sure, wouldn't say Electoral Commission semi AK, and yes, serious MO. But do you know that we are paying people for less?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are doing nothing. Now I ask myself, say, you Electoral Commission, Juma, a public service civil servant, Juma. Say, can be rising through district level, but regional. No, it's just institutional memory. Ne say, why here Juma our experience, wa BOBIE into the national. Yeah, that's already I can be ashamed. Ya sideline is for nyina nya kofa MPP for ne Joma begu head office wo. Omunim hwe. Wonim say the key major stakeholders Electoral Commission as an institution at the omu Juma and political parties. And so anybody who works at the Electoral Commission should be conversant and so abreast with the names and then the symbols and the way political parties say your money ama. When you say Madam Jean Mensah Otranum chairperson, Bobie, all your announcements for disqualification any oma go through no. Did you see her demeanor, her posture, and how she even mentioned political parties?
But when did you call some time anymore?
Debbie, me can't say much now. When him say, okay, when you lucky, the part speech in the man on one show political parties needing fool. Including Ebi Oka natural PPP, natural PNC. Including so no about Nipalidia, no could be so bizarre PPP then.
Oh,
in a video is I posted it on my Facebook. No, Bisa say PPP then Akaguna soon. Near besides a PNC then. Wouldn't say one who PNC bo PPP one who bo Bisa no or say people's progressive party. I'm telling you.
What's the party?
And it happened across. By this time, candidates are almost you should know. Bobie, okay, Exodus chapter 22 verse 18. Or say don't tolerate BBA as a bayi, as a witchcraft, any ama basa. Dear Madam Jean Mensah, Amuya Electoral Commission, Honumuna Chamber ye, ya dear say or mine. Me say, dear Nana Kufadomu. Any Jimensa Makambo Momoyeno. Nakabobie, a ban saying disqualify as PPP. Oh, Bobie,
we will discuss it later.
In some way, political party just submitted form. Political party just submitted form. Political party just submitted form. Did you also was submitted form? Yajina to mu. Maybe my sign information.
Party be abo.
Who don't join the business before self boss ben no submit your mudin wo.
I see. Oria,
what do you see your parliament na list to kan one asem no?
It be 2 minutes.
President Mahama Kasai na ne tweet ni bi ni or say the attempt to snatch ballot papers by the MP elect for Tema West and the invasion of the chamber by the armed military personnel are images one had never expected to see in our fourth Republican Parliament.
That's a tweet.
The recent use of the military in civil democratic processes has become a major worry and gives the impression that this administration is continually seeking to resurrect the exercise ghost of our military posts. Parliament must conduct an investigation into the two incidents and exact appropriate sanctions. Where are some okay? And you also be a famous Speaker of Parliament.
When was it?
This was a year 7th January 2021.
He did what Liso is saying is a continuous action.
But Nipa and Faso born money egg bagging. At here my refie. The course when you're not in office or will be a life. Obey Speaker of Parliament. Mahama ain't mean say any investigation of Parliament. Bagging the leader. They see no who the Bible and also 2 1 more. Or no buy number 3 no buy as a moja we number 3. And Yama hold a course on no.
Me no ya drink. But I'm saying sir, just to reinforce my point, I'm saying sir, Obosu keke no. Ujano hon. So Wakasa Kufuado why corrupt for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know Gusoka.
Till
into almost subiem abosoba
and bagging number 3. Nana and you say Ghana for more brutally. Our model Muslim to European Union say or investigate the entire Electoral Commission so Makama forensic audit.
Because you are not immune to investigation. You are not immune to audit. You are not immune to accountability. Ejumana wo ye no. Enya wo ne Charles Mensah munnem asem na Ghana for obusa. Say ne kwatie say sorry. Say ewu ana enwuye. Enya no ho asem ne ye ka. Enya say wo hu ni ho ana say wo hu wo ho asem ne ye ka. It's not about your privacy. Eye on my institution and I would no. And a baby I would no. Ye busa questions after wadwuma awudien. In fact, the list we are asking about to interrogate, you know, it is a list of electorates. Electorates name me one. And then I was saying okay, so my name Dr. Rashid Tanko, Dodona Fred Computer, Deputy National Director of Elections and IT NDC. Doc Akwaba. Boko Minia.
My full name is Tanko Rashid Computer.
Tanko Rashid Computer.
The full name.
Oh, okay. Mpacho, fache nyina. Tanko Rashid Computer. Pacho. Na ekwa computer ni ya your guide.
Your guide, proper name.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for the corrections. Anyway, so Electoral Commission responded to Emerson Rani who said more track or said more kai or say Moody be abdom na muhia response. And you no response no. Monsaka response ni bi.
Yes, I can response.
Me pacho more redeem more points no etimo say.
This Electoral Commission, they will never learn from their mistakes. Anytime omuchwa krata, now kotna we the krata na we see that full of double standard. Omuchwa gum krata no. Now today, krata it was signed by Jean Mensa herself. So it means we are holding it in high esteem. So we are going to give the appropriate response. Leadership of the party will take decision on some of the things they have put in there. So for now, I'm just going to give you a periphery of their double standard. Kratano. Almost NDC, this is evidence of Bram. And yes, I know Mokai.
But your sabe pepe.
Aha. Now, Bawuko, who Mokratano, no Mochono. They are quoting expeditiously from our evidence that they have worked on. So, the first one, now, say, Omukokaze, you say discrepancies in the voter transfer. Page 5. Omukasa that in your petition you indicated some 243,540 voters were transferred illegally in the PVR. You allege that the said transfers were without the participation of the voters. We wish to state that the transfers were legal. Here, Electoral Commission omuchwa sao. Omusi transfers no illegal. Tie no mokayo. During our press conference, omusakai that transfers no list provided to the police in that inadvertently. And you truck cut away momo. Omusi inadvertently included all transfers undertaken since 2020. Hence the higher number expected figure. So Omusi NDC, this is your evidence, Ebremu. How come they have now seen this and realized that inadvertently they added those things to it? Where did they get it from? Bobby, what you?
Me follow up, Doc.
Double standard Electoral Commission. I'm reading from their own letter, the thing they have put in there. And went further to say that this resulted in a higher figure recorded for the transfer. This has been corrected. Eja, you said the NDC didn't give you. So how come you have seen this and you have corrected it? When I told, see, MPP, where are they? The General Secretary held a press conference. No, time. NDC, you have no evidence. You have no evidence. EC has admitted to our evidence and they have admitted that yes, there was an error there, problem there. Almost corrected. So if we didn't have evidence, we didn't show them evidence, how come they have corrected it? How come they are saying that they have corrected? Although we are still going to square up with them. Because you are saying you have corrected something we haven't seen. Yahoo! You are saying it on paper. Yeah, they are Yahoo! You wouldn't even know whether you've actually corrected it. But they have admitted. They have admitted to this figure.
Now, Doc, what they are saying is on the stage of just provincial register, or final register.
Eja, Tio, Kasa steps a bit no more use of corrective provisional register. And yes, I know kind.
Yeah.
This thing we have identified. You don't correct it during provisional register exhibition. How would you have known, you as a voter? How can a voter know this? Yes, sir, by illegal transfers in Okwana Ekime. The one they were talking about 38. And they thought that 38 was a teaser from northern region. And they thought that that's the only problem. Then they start running after it. Omuko running after that 38. And even had the audacity to put it in. It's more than 38, more than one district. These people don't understand the problem we are talking about.
Okay, so Doc, in whichever way, what they are saying is, almost go through the process. The final register is not ready. As a more premo edudo. So some stages way through the provision and in higher steps are almost a cleaning register, no, which the NDC must cooperate with them, and that is why they are asking you that at the create bonfamu data and embra so that me at the atuton na omwa aye clean up no. By the time they will finish and give you the final register, you will see you have a very credible one for 2024. Eja.
Enu na meka say, Tio. Ade no na eka no. Omo se yan fa ye de aba. Omo se yan fa mamu. But they are responding to our own thing and telling us that they have corrected him. So if we hadn't given them, how come they have corrected those things? Enu na meka no. In one vein, they are telling the world that we have not brought our evidence. We have not brought things for them. In another vein, they are saying that we have corrected those things. This thing you have mentioned, we have corrected. And I'm quoting from their response.
But in their response, Oman can say, Omo correcting based on a Nema Mwa submitted.
Oh, say Nema, no, Yenama, no, Nama, no, Yenama. 243,000, identifying. It wasn't easy. We identified it. We identified the 15,000. Yet they identified the 3,000 plus Nomuko Yi frame register. So if they are making responses to them and say we have corrected those things, who gave them those things? I don't know. Double standard. They are doing firefighting. Over firefighting no more. And I'm saying that they have not even seen more of some of these things. But we are seeing that look, you have more response from leadership because some of the things border on policy. And leadership headed by the national chairman and the general secretary and my boss, Dr. Manebama, they are putting things together. We'll respond to those ones. For now, I'm responding on the technical aspect. Now look, yes, the NDC, Ghanaians will have to thank the NDC for making sure that this Electoral Commission fix up. At the end of the 9 pages, and NDC and your winning now, all this Electoral Commission, they would have given a raw deal come December 7th.
But Doc, would you say more response? No, is anything somewhere near now? So, because looking at the response, which means they are not ready for the forensic audit as you and your party are demanding.
That's why I'm saying that I leave that one to leadership. They will take the decision to respond to that as to what is the next line of action. But where they are technical issues, where they are technical people, we are telling them that look, what they have, their response is of double standard, and that they should just tell Ghanaians that yes, we admitted at NDC they have gotten us, they have gotten issues. We have agreed to some of the issues, and we are working on that technically. But as to how the forensic and then their demand that we should come on the table for them to show us all this, I leave that one to my boss and the national chairman and general secretary. They take up this decision, and we are good to go with those.
But my name is Doc. Omo kase omo pe mo data ene eniemano. I don't know mo pese mo de ko.
Oh, eja yen trust omo. When we say these people, they are not correctly. These people, how can you trust them? These people are a group of people who are bent on rigging the election, and we needed a third party to sit down, forensic audit. Then we come in with the evidence that we have. Some of the evidence we've just given them teaser. They've run after it and they are start writing on those issues. They didn't even know that there are more issues than this. And we are showing them one by one. When we show one, they run after it. We show one, they run after it. We are still uncovering more evidence.
Doc, so say baby I can now year October, November, 7 December, looking at the EC's posture, I'm also what next?
And then I make and say, response. And yes, sir.
Yeah.
We are studying the response. The technical aspect we've taken over. The policy aspect, we leave that one to the leadership. Leadership will give a direction as to how to respond to this appropriately. Today that we have just received it. I can assure you by tomorrow, or close of tomorrow, we would have gotten appropriate response from leadership and we know how to go about it.
All right, Doc, Accra from Citizen Show, that's it. Okay, all right, so that's it live in Accra 100.5 Citizen Show. Offer K, BOBIE, please, no program today. Offer K, we are running the show. But your Facebook, no, technical challenges. You switch call, YouTube, and you wait me, I contact you, YouTube. Back in the studio. Listo, Bojana, Unia.
So, Kara, now, Minia. Tanko computer church mono. You see, it is always good, say Nipa. You bet me appreciate say there are things that we can do. Ebema even po se boni wo trim po na se oboni na wo ye no. Utimi etna se obeye no in such a way ebema people will see you even though you are being dubious. It will be difficult for people to just liken you to a criminal. No, a kwanya obefaswa obeman kita hudie abawa brabo. Baby, tanko kanye na no. Kara, if you read the thing carefully, you have already preceded this by saying, say, omo afa evidence amba. Meboa. Now, you go ahead and say in your petition.
Page
5.
I was looking.
Page 5.
For it.
Page 5, paragraph 2. It has a headline. Okay, let me send this to you. Oh.
Okay.
So you can I've put a red ink on it.
Okay. All right. That's your call.
So you see that or say in your petition, you indicated that some 243,540 voters were transferred illegally in the provisional voters register. You allege that the said transfers were without the participation of the voters. We wish to state that the transfers were legal. How were they legal? Then he comes to say, during our press conference on the 2nd September 2024, the commission explained that the 2024 absent voters list and the transfer voters list provided the political parties to the political parties inadvertently included all transfers undertaken since 2020. I mean, Kabra.
Hence the higher.
Yes, how does this explain
than expected figures?
So how does this explain Boni Awai?
And I say, this is not an illegality.
This is not
as claimed in your petition.
Yes.
What happened was that records for all transfers that took place in 2020, 2023, and 2024 were presented in the register given to the political parties. This resulted in a higher figure recorded for the transfers. This has been corrected.
Okay, so there were no mistakes, but the mistakes that there were not have been corrected.
So now they are telling us that
there were no mistakes.
Now they are telling us that 2020 there were issues.
Yes, 2023
registration 2023
there were transfers.
Transfers. You know, so there were issues. You know, na ebe bo pace no.
Emma be 243,540 no. And a man that higher figure no.
But they did not mention the figure.
They mentioned the figure at the in the first paragraph.
Okay, all right.
43,540 voters were transferred. That's at the first, Oh, so you now claim that.
So which means 2020, we are mistaking the transfers.
Yes.
2023, we are mistaking the transfers.
No, this is what they want to say. Say, if they say you transfer NIPA 10 in 2020, and yes, I transfer NIPA 20 in 2023, and yes, I transfer NIPA 10. Oh, and you can boom. Now, provisional register of 2024 ought to have all transfers. Is that not the case? Because transfer be a year in the past a build it up, and we should have an absent list of NIPA our transfer from 2020 to date. And never provisional today. And why won't you have to put all of them together? I don't get the point, because what transfer NIPA 11 and then what transfer NIPA 10. Okay, even in this very last voter transfer, they did it for about 7 days or 6. Now the 6 days, no, did you not put all the this thing in the summation? You did a summation of the figure and concluded on a list of NIPA our transfer or more in the country, across the country. Is that not the case? So why are you trying to suggest, say, go transfer NIPA ebia 2020 no, transfer NIPA 2023 no, I was able transfer NIPA 2024 no, I will come home into a higher figure. Or more absent list way. NIPA now transfer no. Say me, your transfer me free. I was so West Wargon. At the Marco constituency bank crowd me condo. Constituency I'm a condo ye Menshia South. I want about them in a free one and coming ya. What I say? I want no 2 for or hear me both ya mamuso. What must say? Now, and my transfer, ya transfer me. Wabra me say ya transfer me. At the Marco Menshia. Whoa, na ya catch say what transfer me illegally? No, what say it was illegal? It was legal. You could not even explain idea money illegal. And I would say you have put a summation together and until now higher figure no. How does that explain the why I say illegal? Because or can you power what transfer or more name say what transfer or more. Aside from that, there was a 3,957 deleted WABE list. I say you're deleting cophobia free. That day I heard this, I was alarmed. The more reason why we Electoral Commission now we say we are transparent. Said yeah, we can tell you what trouble be doing. I don't want we and now private business. I can't afford some yen. Oh, any yabuanum na more that sense of entitlement, you know, to think say their independence is up to a point that they are not answerable and accountable to the people of this country. I don't think make us any yabuane sa judges no mkotena say edi sa 2020 asem no omo nyina omo bomai no democracy no ma say no including obia no te eyine so bia because the omai way ne say amaje mensa feel say onye answerable to us. And then they can repeatedly to me say it is nothing to do with their privacy. Obian sorry Kobusa said nobody cares. Obian nobody want to even think about you. Say, how do you put your lipsticks on? It's not about your lipstick or your makeup. Obian for so say Electoral Commission penio. Baby I keka kono kwabna on my way on. Ye dia grow me no. I have seen NDC for trajectory be trying to calm hearts with because a new way I cost you know. Sen command that take this and new may on. And I'm making sure say a man for cranny beba monswa. In Kadide no kwabna. We have people who have never managed even the best job. A friend said, Professor, Professor, as I boss my doctor. A Juma why the highest job why a lotto. I will try a honor de mathematics here, Juma. Political science, mass in him. And you know, Obi to say Mensa, I a honor no heady. The highest job our year we are say I. What must it? They said the Mensa tea. A Juma or ye, Mensa ye. And no be to say good governance for ye. And no be an Mensa no ye. Meboa. So we executive director. Me crowd promote to me. They say me my free secretary about director. Me. Now, send you my way out ye. Any election a course in 2020. Kwabena ode toto ho a. Obi a wo si wabun contaminate me abro. Wo hamu chichemu wo ha ne akire du baako 111%. Nkunta obu no 2020 ema Ghana for no election ne broso 111%. Ema ne koba besesa na no ebedru 108. Afe na aba 107. Na afe aba bedru less than 100%. Nkunta obu ya ono nko o my results makumako nwotwe. Mathematics keke because of Excel sheet or person odi cheat election. Ama obi plus any obi minus in percentage. It unya 100 votes, I was say 100%, no. Ubon say 100 votes, no. Or man minus 3%. It was at 3%, from now 79%. No, my increase MPP there by about 15 plus 15%. It would the Excel sheet now, what the 100 votes gumwa MPP be appreciated by 15%. Now 115. What the NDC dear gumwa now teso minus a be 3 minus 5. The same Excel sheet. And this is what they want to do in the coming election. Nipa any other hontino. Look at what they are doing. Now you are claiming there was no, your friend is evidence adduced in their petition. Yet you are finding faults with the ono or say illegal. And you are telling us you did a summation. That summation no crampo na no crampo no. How does that correct the illegality? Because what pamobi e wo pusiga. I confirm the boni awaye. Obi a wono atimi akowura Electoral Commission your friend is a system mu atimi a transfer ni power bra woni ho. A wo anka say Electoral Commission why na di. NDC for ba catch us say we have more to tell you. What's the one for evidence nemra? What say evidence ne bi wona yim dada. Then you are still telling us that I mean, so Kwabra, maybe I will still encourage the NDC to go on with whatever they want to do. But I think, say, until we get to the end of a final register, a backcamo all hats, no, Ghanaians should be ready to go to the streets and put our revulsion out in public. Because who say they have a reason to want to rig the election because they know said Oma boy krono ne yeba bechi Oma gumu a yebe kwa kwoto aba no ebekura asada na pokome meko na medinim etmumi nyina ye sorry as Ghana for ne yenye wo MPP ni krampa wo de ompanifo na agimie wo pese otuma ba wo mia krampa a ebi ana wo din ni listening. All right, go and check. We have to have a re-exhibition. It's important.
All right, thank you. Quick comment here. One tester on YouTube says, Bobie, so do we have Christian Council in Ghana? I don't know. I doubt. Sida says, I'm sure the NDC were seeking for only the 2024 transfer list, and they should maintain that stance. Adam Ibrahim says he's watching us from Seattle in US of A. Kofi Frimpong says, can't NDC shake the streets, 3 days hunger strike, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Near here the ABC. Mr. Smile says, I'm very disappointed in Dampare as an IGP. Maria says, General Mosquito will soon respond to the EC. Okay, so Bobie, let me leave this one here. And Mensa, but my courage no be akwaba. Courage akwaba.
Oh, yeah.
Boko there. I learned that I will call to be. Okay, so leadership ni na and all my remand omo.
To 8 October.
I'm a governor
Oliver Bakavoma Wonia Yi Felicity TikTok huge gentleman to slam. They all I think 13 of them.
Okay, to
8 October.
8th October. Today is
26th. So
okay.
Roughly about 2 weeks.
Okay. All right.
But
Mesa, young guy.
Me start me comment every baby we shall say free my previous submission. And Kwabena, I will still maintain my position on this subject. Say, the EC have the temerity to write this useless letter to the NDC because the NDC have failed to show strength. Because the NDC have failed to show strength. After engaging the Electoral Commission, going on a massive demonstration, if the EC can still write such a useless letter to you, then you must know that there's something wrong somewhere. How does Jean Mensah and the Electoral Commission, at the point, at the brink that this country is on now, still have the guts to write useless statements like this? How? It's because the NDC have always shown weakness. They've shown that they are weak. I don't blame the Electoral Commission, I'll blame the NDC. The largest opposition party garnered about 6 million votes in the last elections, and the EC can write such a useless letter to you on a legitimate issue you've presented and the EC itself has admitted. No. Absolutely no. Absolutely no.
Can I find out what exactly you think the NDC should do that they are not doing? I think it will help all of us to be guided.
Listo, I am not an experienced politician, but at least I'm an experienced activist, and I know that posture is very important in any fight, especially against somebody who have decided to oppress you. You need to take a very strong posture, an intimidating posture. I've said the NDC have not organized any demonstration against the Electoral Commission. What they did the last organized that we all went to join the last time was a health walk. We just went to exercise. I was there. I was there with you. It was an exercise. We just went there and went to exercise. Even in America, which is the hub of democracy, we see protests. And when we see protests, we see protests. And so if the NDC want to be a church, if they want to be a religious organization, if the NDC want to be the peace council, they should tell all of us so that we'll go and sit somewhere quietly. We'll go and sit somewhere quietly so they can do their religious activities. Me, I don't want to be part of any religious activity. I take the 2024 elections very, very seriously. Because it's an election that goes to the core of this country and the challenges that we are faced with. It is NDC for say, one day in 2024 elections, sorry. At the any Electoral Commission, I exchange love letters. Now we try letter come out. Now we are responding. Now we are try love letter. Now we try responding. If that's how they are going to behave, they should tell some of us. Then we'll go and sit somewhere quietly. Because if listen, I am sure even you, if you were the leader of the NDC today, the Electoral Commission cannot write this letter to you. Listen, I'm sure if you were the one contesting these elections as a presidential candidate, the EC cannot write such a stupid letter to you on such a legitimate issue, which every well-reasoning Ghanaian has agreed that indeed the voters register is flawed, there are discrepancies, you the EC have admitted, and you turn around to come and write this frivolous letter contradicting yourself, attempting to play with everybody's mind that is a provisional register and that the process have not ended. It's a provisional register. Kwabena, why your exhibition every Kwabena?
And more to the point is where it's not the first time we have had a provisional voter register exhibited in Ghana.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the quantum of this criminality?
That is what I'm saying, sir. Kwabena, we say a provisional register, we in your final register.
Yeah.
And you know, and say no more for so because we a provisional register. Why your exhibition exercise? Wait, this is your last exhibition exercise before the elections. The last exhibition exercise I will year before the elections. After this, if we look at the EC timetable, there is no opportunity for an exhibition exercise again. So if this is a provisional register, when are you going to exhibit the final register? And so if I'm somebody who was affected by the discrepancies in these provisions in this provisional register, how am I sure, how guaranteed I am that on 7th December when I go to my polling station, those discrepancies would have been resolved? We are common sense. But now the response of the NDC to this EC's nonsense will be very, very important. And I entreat the NDC to think carefully and strategize. I'm not talking about statement, I'm talking about response.
The statement is not to EC response, but to engagement we had at Kama Center.
The communique that they've issued.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen that communique. But I'm saying, the NDC should think through their response.
So this came before the EC.
Yeah.
However they are going to respond, they must think through it carefully, and they must make sure that whatever response they decide to come up with properly and adequately sends the right message to the Electoral Commission. I'm taking this point again. The NDC must think through their response to this EC nonsense letter carefully, and they must make sure, however they choose to respond to this nonsense, that response must send the appropriate and the right message to the Electoral Commission. Otherwise, like I've said, some person has already been here, but I'm say 2024 elections, you know, it's going to be an election where Kufuor better, Kufuor ne Baumia, Akromfo maybe or Manatatia Pansam. If they think that better say Yankoto Abafa Fentem near Bobo near Najoma Marina, then you don't understand what really you are facing. Because Akratawi Gabi na trema in mensa no and ordinary signature shares here. That NDC did letter come out also easy for me respond. What can't brofo we Gabi brofo. Gabi na just as statement we are more so mekanchire. So if you are still there behaving like you are a religious group, like you are a church, if the NDC does not show strength, me Fred demonstration be ma. Because my demonstration, your demonstration, your health work. Me exercise here, me go gym. Me exercise here, me go gym. But I think this is the time the NDC must show strength. And that strength must be profound and direct, straight to the point. Say, hey, Electoral Commission, you are joking with fire. You are joking with fire. If by now the NDC cannot send that signal to the Electoral Commission, I don't know what they are doing contesting these elections. They should dissolve the campaign. Let us all go and sleep. Because it's for nothing. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. What is this? It's unacceptable, Kwabena. It's unacceptable. Say, Electoral Commission, it may share the largest opposition party in him. Adey. Na me Electoral Commission bet batch and kwasi letter we abre me. Me followers here saying. It means the Electoral Commission doesn't take you seriously. Because we call a demonstration 2 weeks ago, no. Who do that commission on our packet? Obia go about now you pattern. I'm going to now. I'm show myself. You see, Mensa, it's not like I have a different opinion, and I think your opinion is well noted. However, I believe, sir, your mind is right. When you have an issue, you need to go through the due process. In every country across the world, you march and present your petition to the appropriate courts. After ni asha aye kan asem no. So also be kwa the Electoral Commission where you wa asem. But Kwabena what the case Electoral Commission for? E de crat akoye presentation
obi ani ho. Now obebo okrofo amane say ye shia no say ni enti okay mum yenko jame na me san ko tini mu se baabi a odi ade na ekọ no obi a ani nye ho
Kwabena ena kosi sen
no
ena kosi sen
ena me catch us say ena me catch us say no me ti be say it's not like I don't understand you
me
Kwabena odi
you see
Listo. Let me.
Just briefly.
Let him finish. Probably he has something.
Oh, the attorney say, Omo, can't assembly and come on, never she in Yaso. Until say, Nanu, Omo Freya, Omoni in Yatina, Secra, or more church and your many. Yes, and your money be your one Martin with so. Minya, the in-depth analysis. No. And I think so the best way to mobilize is to educate. And so if they have educated the people, the masses to a point
Listo the point I'm making is this is not the first time an issue have come and this I on the phone farmers and between. And my fear is say one bet me no phone sani akoye nyina yakwa nante na we nyina akogu
anyway you have a point
because it's not the first time and Kwabena, you see
the recent history
and sometimes and no be saying they create apathy in the supporters no Kwabena, people are putting their lives on the line. Kwabena, look at the risk we go through every single day. Every single day. There's no day where somebody's following you. There's no single day. And people are living in the communities, their lives are at risk. But they are putting everything on the line to ensure, say, whatever the party they will do for this government, this crop of criminals to leave this country, for us, they will. Leadership, it's as if that they don't take the lives of those people seriously.
But I think from all indications, with the national chairman approach, with the IT directed approach.
NDC party.
I think so.
The NDC is becoming too much like a white man's party.
No, because so catch almost say me. So catch a sedum ketianum says see for gidi ko easier. I don't agree.
I'm saying
you
see gidi.
Now
I'm saying say there are signals you can send.
Like what?
Communication.
I get it straight.
Party they know the strength and the weakness of the Electoral Commission.
Okay, so maybe Obe issue statement say someone you say ya maybe you say.
And yes, state. You see,
those are threats.
You see,
so I think step by step now
because if
right from the onset, right from the
up.
onset, the NDC has been able to prove to them that look, I dare say Nikraye. Now, Uncrophone Babaja to some party, more catcher any that is enough.
And young country almost say, based on response, we are Electoral Commission for their ban. And yes, they say, and young crata assembly,
they say
a show of strength.
Like what?
Because the show of strength, they know.
Like we could demonstrate till
the leadership of the party, they know.
No, we can demonstrate till the demands are
met. They know.
It's a way of.
They know how to show strength. If they want to show strength, they know.
Right.
And I'm saying, sir.
No, he was being very proverbial, but I think he has made his point.
I'm saying, sir. The way and manner which the Electoral Commission is going, it is a clear disrespect for the largest opposition party in this country.
And the entire electorate.
And the citizens of this country.
The electorate population.
But Governor, I've always said, sir, sometimes some of the challenges that we've gone through as a country, part of it has been because of sometimes the inaction of the opposition parties and how they respond to issues like this. Governor, and so I just want to caution the NDC and its leadership. Sir, how they respond to this ISIS frivolous letter will speak volumes. Will determine how the EC respond to them again. So they must take note and show strength. And when I say they should show strength, they know exactly what I'm talking about because they know the inside out of the Electoral Commission. They know what to do to get them to do the right thing. They know. Johnson Esiedun Ketia is an experienced politician. He's been involved in our elections in this country since 1992. He's an experienced politician.
Letter no petition so obey ho adwuma and year one. Na the entire dampare ni abre ne ho nyina chenkrofo. Examine no kase nipa 53 o. Ene do makokot. E do mo ko na ka nipa 53. Yesa ade chi ade ese bia ye chenkrofo. They say me sure so wo mo a nipa no di nsuo ko mo. Ya nipa no di nsuo ko mo no. Wa me akwache no. Me sure say very soon company na ye nsuo no so wa me akwache wo. Galamsey. Na ni nyina e dey divert attention from the core by NDC for forensic auditing.
All right.
And forensic cost roba form.
Ghana bedrooms houses so no wetumi aton outright now chrono where scanner betua bi bosumi nsia normal spread amount we nyina wo your mouth Royal Chapter Property Group Limited omo betumi from 02565155862 02565155862 sa beka wo courage is he a response to the NDC
and you ni papa ye no
yeah
oh okay you
okay all right so courage I'm so easy response to the NDC and other matters but quick one with omo do free court no omo say baby don be call like so
lawyers no any more follow up on that thing. I'm sure I will know exactly where. Movement for Change there we provided 5 lawyers to support the team.
Okay.
And now with the lawyers in touch with them they will follow and say baby obi ako. But it's not even a guarantee. Some of the Nipane ko ni manea ochina obewo ho
ade ebe chino mo yi
per the way a police ni behave no and the lawyers presented all this in court
ede be nkwa
but me
don't go say what Jimmy say
me hwe senia nyama na ekona the same order from above
edien
order from above now because judge awotena say ayama evidence I said the police is abusing the rights of citizens. No, I shall say, police no abuse your rights, no. Ordinary initial access to counsel, access to family, access to food.
I'm shocked though.
Police na custody. It doesn't make sense.
I'm shocked though. I'm really shocked. Like,
you see, where you
shocked.
Make me also surprised is the fact that you want to mean. Sabi inti dampare Jimmy a judge nso Jimmy.
No, at least inti judge no kra no the whole Ghana ade no awoye no emra no awode ebuye no the whole Ghana obi e ka kira say ade no awoye no enye
to the extent say
and they don't care.
Me what got me worried even about
pointer carry can me police ni ache me I infringe my right atiatia me fa hodie so ama sabi the menya ye cross my ye. What was I say? What reminded me into the custody to so kukume. Judge way or Tigana. No, so we no, we try reports this year. Yeah, was yes, I got it. Yeah, we are judge. Where Jimmy?
But courage, I'm just feeling like I said, Omuni will be was some a town for be and I'm to my way.
I think see yourself as otanfo.
Senior state institutions, no. The level of influence, infiltration, I think say no na yehu no. But 2015, MPP in a court about using ex parte motion to secure injunction against protests.
Yeah.
And a court ni rule said that application of the judicial process no illegal. But in this instance,
it's an ex parte.
Ex parte was used, so the court ruled against itself. Court never relate your in this one. So no, yes, you know, but it's an attack on the democracy of this country.
Oh, yes.
It's serious.
Yeah, it's a direct attack.
Of justice.
But I say, more protests. Send me who no. Into 3rd to 5th, from Okonglo to Independence Square.
Movement for change.
And we are amalgamated, concerned citizens about the rights of Ghanaians being abused. To way any party be asem.
They'll go to court and secure injunction.
Let them do what.
Oh, but will not heed any illegality.
No, I think sir, this will be no me to pay no street. No, we need to
only say
we need to trust them when they kill. Then we start attacking their hotel near there because that is the only option.
Yes. Now when we say reoccupy Julobino, they were given 3 months notice. 3 months. The requirement is 7 days. You have 3 months notice
to prepare.
Now, OSHA charge almost say unlawful assembly. Mwamo your press conference the day before. Eka say you have been notified. Any BBR. Now the only thing you are disagreeing with them on no venue no. So
but when him say
how is it unlawful?
There you. But when him say my John online story a police for their common so many no. Almost see omo eko kan no court was say omo assembly dey lawful. Na mu ye na me bia enye.
But charge a wo dey abo mo say unlawful assembly.
But wo so court wo kan say omo assembly ni lawful.
O court wo dey atronko an mu twa ho. Court them what there atronko. Anything me one said judges. Judges atna asem no so. Asem passes our ruling no. But terrible. more protests them go get. 3rd to 5th. Yes. Because yantina say my democracy have born ban for 32 years.
But I know
election am lose in advance inti. Mo man be say no.
Enye kra.
Yes. Mo man be say no. Me no ka say onim say Winneba Central Regional School sir. Some BA school weekend. They can't reopen. Because in Sio no Cape Coast Amina Nisio.
All because of Galamsey.
Yes, Galamsey as some Musu. Me no ka say Tewu 4 was strike.
Tilegon eso mu bia mutimi bia winiba omutimi
na wo judge no tu nim nyansa kura se ntihwe asema nkola na ka na se aso mo kan eya na asa
enye se wo judge nsu a wonom no sisi a densu upstream are polluted into 2 million Ghanaians wo Accra almost source of water is now endangered.
Mintiasi o chale
but I say the omo peno mo nsabeka the omo peno say wo court where and what I'm happy about is say the young youth leaders were in high spirit.
Really?
Oh yes, coming out of court they were singing arise Ghana youth for your country. And no more mudisi form no. They are in high spirits. And no and me de wo ho. Sebi impanyifo mambofo yen hwe mamon se o man no e ma yen 80-year-olds 94-year-olds na mo ase o man na tena wa man so nyina ase na yen ya sebi yaka en be some 50 years na de kakra ye bo ho ban so a mo mpene
ayo mo na etugo
ayo na me makada da say Akonta Mines is a front company for President Akufo-Addo.
Simple, straight.
Yes.
Now who does he know?
Why am I saying this? Akonta Mines documentary by and the Ministry of Lands Nankasa Tro say Akonta Mines need license. Now the President of the Republic of Ghana, Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, became the PRO of Akonta Mines.
Yes. Akonta na Akufo-Addo no.
Yes. Became the PRO of Akonta Mines. Timeme suspicion is say Akonta is a front coming for President Akufo-Addo. And nothing na on person on BC no kwano.
Asampenyo.
Yes. On man pay ye nyane say na mbe. Ye nyane say na mbe. But see nobody will cover. Sade no person mo ye no mde hunu ahwemu no. Aje ekwamu kuyen. Nti edem biom naka.
No, but Akufo-Addo here Ghana for be ha omo no obusuafo.
Edem biom naka.
You should be careful.
Edem biom naka. Edem biom anaka.
They don't know.
A school for from every level, secondary school, emu sensem, tertiary emu sensem, economy poto. In the ane board the din rent intimintia. Insure ye nya no mintino say we I think this is the real kumi preko. Yes. This is the real kumi preko time because omo kuyen that economically omo kuyen, environmentally omo kuyen. Insure forest reserve di 90 years mo say no. And that forest reserve in 2022 Ghana the whole world country olusu forest cover the highest Ghana. Ghana inti mo kuyende da oxygen ye home ni nyina mo say no
asemu akwala na eka no aye no kra na anya
no kra and o share even the police for no omo dimina oni omo kasa ni we ya ade omo en komani nje ho
me say
omo ni nje ho
me say police for me frame free takra de say bobie dan pare de ada na wie be ba no obi obefre obi dan pare ni yo honu de and what I police for no frame catch him say now the two are struggling to please Akufo-Addo family.
Say no yeah no.
Enti wo
I said it.
O yire wo ho a ye be your IGP. And also so why you know why be you from obi aba.
Insecurity or create madam pare.
Enti we create insecurity ama dan pare na we nso I hunu say me ye wada e kwai betom. E say me ye IGP ansa na me retirement adru. Ye na e so sa nyama we nyina.
I think some I don't know say studio ha, but I've said it on GTV, I've said it on on Joy News. My account be behave say President ni posture ni appointment bi oye ni name bi oye no. It doesn't portend well for this country.
And they say omo odo omo koi kikiri wa akoso oyare na team. Yes police for kumba ko a. Who say ekroma abajo?
Oh, Voma wo. He was limping. Oyare. Ama ni lawyer cry throw letter to the IGP. What throw letter come and say
Akufo-Addo me man omo gabe no mo na properties okroma o. Say Basintela ka kire omo. Mo na mo properties o.
Chebila Boni.
Yo.
Nti ASFM but the American catch mebunu other young people like and say
they should take it easy.
Yes.
Obi calm because say wakoma ba
yes omunya calm na mo ntena se
but unim me no I'll prefer say the calmness we be kwa akoto aba Ye ni kwa se emo dwane.
O no de no kre.
Aha, ye ni kwa se ye bibia omo di be fa so adwane.
Be se etimi so mo hu se, e se etimi mo hu se. Ye ntena se e ma omo nse oman no. Ye ntena se mo nse oman no. Aden. Ade wa mama wa se bibia.
Ono suro si obi dwane agya ho a.
Na se omo nim what is possible a, omo hwe Kenya na omo hwe Sri Lanka. Media America no. So omo nim the possible a, omo hwe Kenya na omo hwe Sri Lanka. Aha, the will of the people.
Anybody make a chance $30 so.
There be.
O make a chance fu abuaye den.
Oni se untimi nye.
Oni so untimi nye na. But at least enso no ye nananom ennom ye nkurase no ye environment de abuaye ne mo ho ban. Iwe issue.
Enya de nkurase kwa ho. Enso na wow Ghana Water Company say asay a untimi kran clean pompe e ma ye fie no bo ho ban.
Onipa MPP ni ejimi ya say obi kagalam say asem a wo so wo ka asem bone no ya ndis ni dia wo ya ndis ni no kagalam say asem a
waka asem na daily guide
daily guide
disgraceful irresponsible journalism
o na asem wadia na daily guide ni o na kra hwe na
ni Mr. Monkwasiafo di to asem
we ye kan nipa ni ya kan no bi ni ya kan ni ya kan bobie
yes media
ni akan Freddy Blay ni ye na kan ye ho
media
kramua bi a ono
ye fight for media freedom and just so ka ho
we oka ho media for a criminal syndicate ajaji for ka syndicate no police for ka ho emua
tis the other 2 minutes before na ya wo ibi wa chire ona
obi enra pepe na movement for change the crata koma isi so far ni isi no why no say forensic audit no on tiase aha say onima de kode aha inti krata na no hininto director of elections in ANSAH say and I outlined a number of things I say isi ni ye to establish the integrity of the register. Aha, yeah, outlining.
You need to have a copy.
Oh yes. Me for the copy amount. Number 1 is or establish a high-level technical working team, which is the representatives of the candidates. He said, 13 candidates. Yes, representatives. Now, technical working group.
So interparty because we have candidates.
Yes, candidates. Now, technical working group, ebe agree on the process and procedures for a full comprehensive audit. Yes, that technical working team. Now, to do that, document 4 be why you here fees ho. I saw them all candidates and their reps. The final 2020 voters register. Limited registration information since 2021. Voter transfers effected since 2021. And special voters list since 2022 date. We need all these independent individual documents because when you na the current register no you hear documents when you individually. Now each member of the technical working group ought to be provided access to the original copies of the listed documents. Copies. Now you are as representatives of candidates cleared to contest the general election, that's the 13 who have written evidence of any compromised data base will now present it, giving copy to everybody. Tis a me who problem back one. Monsieur we na me hu na mamu bia access say we na me hu. Say list to who back one say we na me hu. Ni nyina from our audit ni na ya establish it. Eno no sa no. Ni you say the final outcome of the collaborative comparative process is what constitutes that audit.
Solid.
Between 2nd October to 11th October, data ya proposal ma isi no. And we've copied all the other candidates.
I see.
Yes. 2nd October to 11th by 14th October, we have a voters register final.
But Omar responded to
Omar responded.
So more train response.
Yeah, train response on the Beba. Because say Electoral Commission where you mean is hinged on credibility. independence. Because I'm not interested in establishing it. Me interest in establishing me credible, me integrity, me transparent. Now, if you are not transparent, you don't have integrity, you are not credible. How can you ensure free and fair election? And there cannot be a credible election without a credible register. Now, hey, inti logic ni yesu be school ana. Mintiasie. O se chin pim. Me information amenya ne say transfers no. The inti omon person transfer data ni nyina wo is it ahene. Bono NPP officer nom de na ba isi ho no. Apia hene. Ono kita sa detection na motuom because omo rege ni nyina enu so ni gina yes timi me information menya no say ehye na motuom apia hene no EC officers be technical officers no need access to that information enu tini ade ne ba
apia hene no koye no party headquarters and ehye na motuom
a friend I may verify. I'm verify, but my tekra say forcing.
Yeah, forcing.
Is consulting for the EC.
On the yellow is the consultant.
On also no here director of IT for NPP.
One was the next hire IT Edema NIP.
Yes. Yes.
NY.
Yes.
NY.
Yes, until after a 2 about you could diano. I know appointing the director of IT NPP.
And on one consult
EC. How? Into Africa Union. ECOWAS. Debut. Tama wote. Oh, we win election with strategy. Strategy in na Reagan. Strategy omo kanjia se oti so bia na people mo kaso ye be we know a strategy asema mo kan na Reagan enye superior yi bia
friend me nka so beto bo abo wa bra ne na NCBB so
yes courage it's so sad I'm say court in 20 but we will beg you maybe tomorrow. Let's meet here and extensively deal with the demonstration issues and these matters. We don't need to sleep on it. Then the collaboration should be more so that we can work and save Ghana. Thank you so much for coming. Give us Herbal Center, thank you. We are grateful. Father Abraham Herbal and Spiritual Hospital. Say Ochecha Munina Rich Part Company. The ASCOS 50/50 engine coolant and about Bills Microcredit, quick credit. Sanya from live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show. Hey, my main car amount for say ni Arise Ghana for Monshan so ni of papa papa Elder Samuel Papa ni Saki Kwekupomi retired na wakam kakra Church of Pentecost nyame adoma Saturday year 28th September and ye be prepare na chi kra ye frɛ edom Arise Ghana for baby a obia no ye meja ye nuani wo kyena be ma mu details a ya Saturday obia de beba akani no akaye ye nyina na mimos fo nyina ye ni ta kokɔ so yeda mo ase.
Aha, I am Nakado Ghana Limited. Your workers were just up hospital. You might be in Sassi, who you money. Yes, I see dying. Yes, also yes, surveying. Nature in Sassoon crater. Yes, also the infidel high. We are survey all around. Now, baby, the Ayumaoba. yɛbɛnya bi ama wo yɛwɔ nsase wɔ mmea bebree yɛwɔ bi wɔ dankyera yɛwɔ bi wɔ awotu bereku yɛwɔ bi wɔ twotwo yɛwɔ bi wɔ akoti wopɛ sɛ wo ne nakado Ghana kasa a frɛ yɛwɔ ahoman so 0536 943494
yɛmɔ akɔ ababa nakado Ghana limited yɛtɔn nsase yɛsi adan yɛyɛ adan ho krataa woba ha no mu a yɛbɛte so ama wo yɛasase no langard ni so sɛ wo sika nso kora na woba a
tax 10% no betting tax no enya nhyaaseɛ betting tax no enya nhyaaseɛ omonyeje ye but I won't say me to be right se minim to a enka meto me to be but minim to anka meto oti ase and omo to no they have been complaining yet to almost 10%. But when him the entire Samia Oku catch Ghana for say almost 10% no. And what almost system no. Yes. And what NLA system no. That is why Samia Oku is telling us that. Me pacho no be kano. Mo amon check mo device kramo. Why? The betting tax 10% na almost no. Enko analysis enko government coffers him as to whether Samia Okunmu and Bobo Skana no edino nobody knows. And you see until see a bit two or more free akodwaso for Samia Oku to be investigated you will never know. And to your Ghana ni na wutie or your babunu na wutie you realize that almost 10% illegally. Now, Samia Oku has confessed, and I think this matter, the NDC should take it up and speak for Ghana Mebunu. Pablo should take this matter up. Pablo should take this matter up. Because, Oko, a social media, Kwame, since 3 days ago, Samia Oku can't say no. Go check the feedback on social media. Emebru no bashi Samia Oku hard. Say, amount for to a year bet now. What's almost 10%? But when him Samia Oku nim say, sikari na anko not even a penny, and a NLA account mu, and government for coffers mu. They share the money as whether Samia Oku no an areas cano say omo wo baby as can go omo for so nobody can tell.